सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Page number 61, verse number 32. अवच्छिन्नचिदाभासः तृतीयस्वप्नकल्पितः विज्ञेयस्त्रिविधो जीवः तत्राद्यः पारमार्थिकः. Vidyaranya Swami revealing the three types of jivas. By knowing the three types of jivas, which one is real and which one is not real? By knowing the real jiva, that is jivatma, then the individual can identify with the total Paramatma. When the person knows the three jivas in this body, he can easily identify with the total Brahman which is real and which is real here in this body. So this distinction, this discrimination of these three jivas is very important. This classification. What he says, look into the shloka. Avachinnaha. The first jiva is called Avachinna jivaha. Second jiva is called Chidabhasa jivaha. Third jiva is called Swapna Kalpitaha jivaha. Jivaha Trividhaha Vigneyaha. One has to know. Vigneyaha means to be known. One has to know. There are three jivas. Avachinna jiva, Chidabhasa jiva and Swapna Kalpita jiva. Avachinna jiva means among these three, he says, and the second quarter of second line, Tatra. Tatra means among these three jivas, Adyaha, the first one. In the first line, what is the first one? Avachinna jivaha, Adyaha, Paramarthikaha, the real one. That Avachinna jivaha is Paramarthikaha, means a real one, absolute. That means original consciousness. Original consciousness that is obtaining in this individual as though enclosed. As though enclosed. What is enclosing here? The body-mind complex is the encloser. That Paramatma, since all-pervading, because of this body-mind complex enclosing that Atma, covering that Atma. Avachinna, chinna means dividing principle, dividing nature, whatever divides. Now, just as when you travel on the road, they keep milestones, 26 miles, 36 miles, like that, 35, they keep that milestones. That means what? From this distance to that distance, these are the miles. That is called avachinna, conditioning. Conditioning factors. That's called chinna, means a dividing factor. Similarly, here also, even though Atma is all pervading, that consciousness is all pervading, when it is all pervading, we call it as Brahman. Brihattamatvat Brahman. Infinite, big, all pervading. That Brahman, since all pervading, this body-mind complex is the enclosure. As though that Paramat Brahman is enclosed. So enclosure must be bigger than enclosed. Is it not? If when I am enclosing this clip, my hand is the enclosure. What is enclosed in this clip? So the enclosure must be bigger than the enclosed object. How body-mind complex can enclose the all-pervading Atma? When it is infinite, all-pervading, that means as though enclosed. Atma is all-pervading, it is biggest, bigger than biggest, it can never be enclosed by anything, as though enclosed. Like this spot space, all-pervading space, this is avachinna akasha. This spot is that avachinnam. It is conditioning the space. Even though space is all-pervading, can this spot limit the space? It cannot limit the space. But as though it is limiting the space. As though. Similarly, body-mind can never enclose the Atma as though enclosed. We have to understand. Since Atma is all-pervading, infinite Brahman. That is called avachinna jivaha, paramarthika jivaha, number 1. Original consciousness obtaining within individual. OC independent satyam. Then the second one is chidabhasaha. Chidabhasaha, when that all-pervading consciousness is available, generally what will happen? It reflects in the mind. I told you in the morning, mind is like a mirror. This Brahman who is obtaining in this body, as though enclosed, he is called avachinna jivaha. And that avachinna jivaha, OC, what it is doing? It is not doing anything. Because of proximity, it reflects in the mind. That is called chidabhasa, second jiva. Vyavaharika jiva. Original sun, reflected sun. Morning we were seeing original sun, reflected sun. So the reflected sun is abhasam. Similarly, reflected consciousness in the mind enclosure. In the mind, since that Brahman is all-pervading, that Brahman is in this body also, that in this body which Brahman is there, that is original consciousness. Since original consciousness is very proximate to this mind mirror, and the original consciousness reflects in this mind. That's why Chidabhasaha. Chit is that original consciousness, first jiva. OC is the Chit. And the Chit, what happens in the mind close by, it reflects. Mind has a capacity to reflect that consciousness, and the mind becomes sentient. That is called Chidabhasaha Vyavaharika Jiva. That Vyavaharika Jiva, now who is writing, who is sleeping, who is eating, this Vyavaharika Jiva. All this, that is a Vyavaharam. எப்பவுமே விவகாரம் பண்ணிண்டே இருப்பான், சும்மா இருக்கவே முடியாது. That Vyavaharika Jiva, only Karta Bhokta he is going to say in the next shloka. Who is Karta now? Experiencer, enjoyer, that's Chidabhasa Jiva. Rendu vandachipo, ready? Clear? Now, third one is Tritiyaha Swapna Kalpitaha. This Vyavaharika Jiva borrowed sentiency from that original consciousness. This Jiva, Vyavaharika Jiva, creates Swapna. Swapna, it creates. When it goes to sleep, body goes to sleep, this Vyavaharika Jiva, Chidabhasa Jiva, reflected consciousness projects dream. In the dream, another person will come. Naneda. See, in the body-mind complex alone, appear there. There are also thirst, there are also hunger, there are also all as it is, like in waking state. There is another Jiva in dream. Dream la irkana illi aalu? Irka. So that person is called Pratibhasika Jivaha. Projected Jiva or Swapna Kalpita Jivaha. Swapna Kalpita Jivaha. What are the names for all of them? Jiva number 1 is Avachinna Jivaha, OC. Everywhere. That OC is everywhere. Since everywhere it is in this body also. That's the Kadavul. In the OC ella puriyadu. Chit, all this is very difficult to understand. Enna sollanga perivangal ellame kada ul, kada inde ulla irukkarna, ulla irukkarna. That's avachinna jivaha, first jiva, everywhere. It is called chit. Then second one, parichinna. Parichinna means temporary. Reflection is always temporary or not? Temporary. Parichinnam. It has got it perishable nature. Parichinnam, limited anartham. Vyavaharika Jiva Chidabhasa Jiva, reflected consciousness. Pratibimba Chaitanyam. Pratibimba Chaitanyam. This is Bimba Chaitanyam. That is Pratibimba Chaitanyam. Avachinna Chaitanyam is what Chaitanyam? Bimba Chaitanyam. Chidabhasa is Pratibimba Chaitanyam, Parichinna Chaitanyam. Parichinnam. As long as the mirror is there, the reflected sun will continue. Similarly, as long as the Sukshma Shriram mind is available, the reflected consciousness is available. So that is Mithya, only temporary. Then the third one is Pratibhasika Jivaha Swapna Kalpitaha. The dream projection, that is Swapna Kalpita. Now orders of reality. OC is a higher order of reality or absolute reality. Paramarthika Satyam. Paramarthika Satyam or absolute reality or higher order of reality. Now this Vyavaharika Jiva is a lower order of reality, relative reality. Vyavaharika Satyam, lower order of reality. This Swapna Kalpita Jiva is Pratibhasika Satyam, projected reality. Pratibhasikam, projection. Projected reality. Now this enclosed space, I said, this enclosed space in the part is seemingly limited. It is not limited. So what we say? Space is in the pot. Space is in the pot. Ghata Akasha. Then what we have to say? Really speaking, Akasha is not in Ghata. Ghata is in Akasha. Pot is in Akasha. All pots are in Akasha. Similarly, Chaitanyam is in this body is also okay. What is the next statement? All bodies are in the Chaitanyam. All pervading Brahman. So we are all floating in Brahman. In Panchadashi, Vidyaranya beautifully explains. When the ocean, there is a big ocean, you put one bucket in that, the bucket. And the bucket kulla water irukuma irukada? Irukkum. Bucket kulla water irukkum. In the bucket enga irukku? Water la irukku. Adhe madri whole Chaitanyam in the body bucket floating. That's what he says here. Next shloka we will read. 33. Avacheda kalpita syat avachedyam tu vastavam tasmin jivatvam aropat brahmatvam tu svabhavatah. So Paramarthika Jiva, given a limitation, when it is limited in this body, and the Paramarthika Osika Pavan Jivatvam we have given, Jivahood, temporarily, because it is enclosed, as though. Just as we call it as Ghata, Ghatastha Akashaha, Ghatakashaha. Why this Ghatakasha name we have given to Akasha? Because of pot enclosure. Similarly, this Jiva who is obtaining in this, that Brahman who is obtaining in this body is called Jiva. We call it as Jiva number 1. It's a very, very subtle point here. Jiva number 1. I will repeat again. The Brahman obtaining in this body original consciousness, Paramarthika Jiva, number 1 is real. This Jiva is real original consciousness. But the reflected consciousness is Mithya. So this original consciousness, Paramarthika Jiva, you push away this Nama, Rupa, Shariram, Vyavaharika Jiva and identify with the total Brahman. This has to be identified with Brahman. Bhagatyaga Lakshanaya. You have to Aikyam. Brahma, Paramatman is called total, Samashti level. When it is here in this body, it is obtaining Vyashti, micro level. In the micro and macro limiting adjuncts, you have to just keep aside. They cannot touch big part, small part. Small part. This is Paramatma. This is Jivatma. Jivatma is there inside. Akasha is there in the small part. Small part in the total space. This is Paramatma, Ishvara, Maya. Idukulla, the Samashti, இது Vyashti. இந்த Vyashti எதுக்குள்ள இருக்கும்? சமஷ்டிக்குள்ள இருக்கும். தமிழ்நாடு எங்க இருக்கு? இந்தியால இருக்கு. இந்த Vyashti Jiva is in Samashti. இந்த Vyashti பாட்டுக்குள்ள இருக்க ஸ்பேஸ் இந்த பாரமார்த்திகம். அது எதுக்குள்ள இருக்கு? இந்த வியாவகாரிக்கா பாடிக்குள்ள இருந்து கட ஆகாசம் ஆகி இந்த கட ஆகாசம் இந்த மகா ஆகாசம்ல இருக்கு. இது ஈஸ்வரன் நினைச்சுக்கோங்க. இது டோட்டல். ஸோ இட் இஸ் இன் தட். ஸோ இன் திஸ் gata akasha has to understand this gata cannot limit me, the space. I am total space only. It has to understand. So we are all like these bodies. Whole creation is like this Brahmanda. So in this Akasha is there. Adu madri in the body enna irukku? OC is there. So this Akasha says, this Akasha, idukulla Akasha, Ghata Akasha says, this pot cannot do anything to me. Pot is temporary. It cannot touch me. I am in total space only. It says, claims means Brahma Jnana undachana ardham. It has got Brahma Jnana ardham. அது மாதிரி இந்த ஜீவா, பாரமார்த்திக ஜீவா obtaining in this body has to say aham brahma asmi. What this body part can do, part தான் தலகருக்கு கரெக்டா பாட்டு மாதிரி இருக்கு இல்லையோ, பாட்டு தான். What this body can do to me, this paramarthika jiva has to identify with total Brahman. That is called Atma Jnana. So he says here, avachhedaha kalpitaha. Kalpitaha syat. The first point is, body cannot enclose consciousness. Avachheda means limitation. That limitation is kalpitam. Ghata avachinna akasha. That space enclosed in the pot is not real. The limitation is only temporary. As long as pot is there, limitation is there. Once pot, you destroy the pot, what will happen to that space? Remain as space. And the Ghata Akasha name will go away. Ghata Akasha name will go away. What Akasha remain? Akasha remains. Similarly, this Jivatvam to this superimposed upon this Paramarthika Jiva will go away. Jivatvam, mortality, I have birth, death will go away. What about this Vyavaharika Jiva? This is Chidasaha. It is Kalpitam on the original consciousness. And Avachhedyam tu Vastavam. Avachhedyam, that which is enclosed. Consciousness as though enclosed by this body. Avachhedaha kalpitaha. Avachhedaha means this mind which is kalpitam, enclosing the consciousness. That which is enclosed is vastavam. This enclosure is kalpitam. Vyavaharika jiva enclosing the paramarthika jiva. So Vyavaharika jiva is unreal, Chidabhasa is unreal, a reflected consciousness is unreal, OC is real. OC is real, reflected consciousness is unreal. So avachhedaha is reflected consciousness and avachhedyam is vastavam, that which is enclosed by. Enclosure is unreal, enclosed is real. So, tasmin Jivatvam aropat. Tasmin means in that, on that Brahman. And that Brahman means original consciousness which is obtaining in this body mind complex. Tasmin, upon that, aropat, superimposed. What superimposed? Jivatvam is superimposed. Jivatvam is superimposed. Jivatvam means what? Mortality, limitation, parichinnata. Consciousness belongs to the higher order of reality. How it can be limited by this lower order of reality, this Vyavaharika Jiva? It is lower order of reality. How a local councillor can control the president? local minister can control the president or prime minister. So this OC is like prime minister. This local Vyavaharika Jiva minister cannot do anything. Higher order of reality. Adi eppadina, this Vyavaharika Jiva, mind, body, complex, it goes to sleep. Swapna Kalpita Jiva ki Purnamandyo, we have to see that. What is Swapna Kalpita Jiva? The Vyavaharika Jiva, when I go to sleep, what I do? Happily create the Swapna. I am Swapna Srashta, creator of dream world. I am creator of dream world. Dream world created by me, dream objects are created by me, and the whole dream is experienced by me. In the dream, there is another body. There is another, same person is there in the dream. I am lying down on the cot. But how am I seeing myself in the dream? I am traveling. I entered to the train. Hey, lying down on the cot, how you can enter me? No, I have taken another body in. Every day you are doing that job. You also, myself also. We are all doing that job. Happily, easily. Just even class also sometimes. Are you entering with this body or another body? Another body. Another body. This body enters, how can you go? Next day morning, suppose you have gone to Rishikesh in the dream. Early morning you wake up, where are you? Chennai only. That means what? The body which has travelled in the dream is different body. Who created? I myself, Vyavaharika Jiva, created the Pratibhasika Jiva, another Jiva. Avanaki pasi, avanaki daham, avanaki ellame problems irike. More problems, nightmare, screaming. So another Jiva. Who created? Vyavaharika Jiva created. So Pratibhasika Jiva, Swapna Jiva, Vyavaharika Jiva and Paramarthika Jiva. 3 Jivas are there. Now that Pratibhasika Jiva, the who was in dream, can afflict this Vyavaharika Jiva? Can touch this Vyavaharika Jiva? The waker. When I wake up, I lost my suitcase in the dream. Next day morning I see my suitcase will be there. So he cannot touch me. That person, the dreamer, cannot touch me, the Vyavaharika Satyam. That means Vyavaharika Satyam cannot be afflicted by that projected reality which is less real than this Vyavaharika Jiva. Vyavaharika Jivan. Your dream, anything is disturbing you? Really? Any loss because of the dream? Are you seeing any loss in your waking state? Nothing. That means what? The dream cannot touch the Vyavaharika waker. Adi eppadiyo. Idella kada. Adi eppadiyo. Just as the dreamer cannot touch the waker because both of their order of reality is entirely different. It is Nyuna Satta, it is Adhika Satta. Higher order of means Adhika Satta. It has no capacity to afflict this Vyavaharika Jiva. Similarly, this Vyavaharika Jiva cannot touch the Paramarthika Jiva. This is Nyuna Sattaka, means less real. Less real from the standpoint of Brahman Paramarthika Satyam. But more real than from the standpoint of Swapna. From the Swapna standpoint, Vyavaharika is higher reality. From the standpoint of Paramarthika absolute reality, this Vyavaharika is less real. Therefore, Shastra gives more examples in Swapna. Vyavahar, dreamer cannot afflict the waker, waker cannot touch this absolute Paramarthika Satya Atma Swarupam. Oh, see, that is my original nature. Now, who is interacting? Karta Bhoktana, this Vyavaharika Jiva. That is the meaning. Tasmin Jivatvam Aropat. Brahmatvam tu swabhavataha. That original consciousness, Brahmatvam, is its swabhavam. It is the higher order of reality, Paramarthika Satyam. That is why after getting Atma Jnanam also, this Jnani can happily move in Vyavaharika world. After getting dream also, once you wake up from the dream will go away. This is the difference between there and here. The dream will go away once you wake up. Dream will not continue. Anybody's dream is continuing? Thank God. Dream is not continuing. But whereas this Vyavaharika world will continue even after you recognizing you are Paramarthika Jiva. Otherwise, every person after getting Jnanam, identity with Brahman, will pop off. Thank God. Every Jnani pop off. Who will teach us? So Jnani has to remain. Happily he remains in the Vyavaharika world by knowing it is Vyavaharika. And does an interaction. And teach hours together, conduct sadhana camps continuously. No problem. Paramarthika Jivanave irunde therinchikite does Vyavahara. That's why Jnani ki problem e kadiyadu. Vyavaharam is a poondu velayattu. It is a play for a Jnani. He has no problem. Just as Waker has no problem with the dream, Jnani has no problem with Vyavahara. We are thinking, Pava, avarki etra kashtamu, our prarabdham, avarka prarabdhama, unnume kadiyadu. Enna prarabdham irukku. Ajnanida is talking all the prarabdham, but Jnani is free. This is the order of reality. This you have to understand. Next shloka we will read. So, avachchedaha means enclosure body. Just meaning you see. Kalpitaha means mithya vyavaharika satyam. Idu kuda satyam da. Analu? Enna satyam? Lower order of reality I am saying. Reality word I am using. But what order? Lower order. Lower order means what? Mithya. Avachchedyam means avachinnam. Enclosed consciousness is real. Enclosure is unreal. Enclosure is unreal. Enclosed consciousness is real. Unreal cannot limit the real. So, Jivatva, mortality cannot be there. But this Aropa means superimposition, falsely attributed to that Paramarthika Jiva. The Jivatvam falsely attributed. The limitation is falsely attributed to the enclosed consciousness. Enclosed consciousness means what Jiva? Paramarthika Jiva. Thank God. You are all following. Which is really limitless. And so RC, the Jiva number 2, limitations of RC number 2 are superimposed on OC. Limitations of RC, manas, all limitations dane, all are superimposed on OC. Jiva number 1. Jiva number 2 superimpose its limitation upon Jiva number 1. But the Jiva number 1 vande, in the Jiva number 2 ni, hey, what you can do to me? And actually, Guru says, Tat Jiva number 1, Tvam Tat Brahman அசி என்று சொல்றார். இப்போ இந்த ஜீவா நம்பர் 1 என்ன சொல்லணும்? ஆமா ஆமா அகம் பிரம்மா அஸ்மி. எப்போ? இப்போவே. Not after leaving Rishikesh. Here, now itself. This is called moksha. People cannot understand. Moksha means மேல பாப்பா என்னப்பா மோக்ஷம்னா இதுதான் மோக்ஷம்னா இதான் மோக்ஷமா இப்படி எல்லாம் சொல்லவே இல்லையே புராணத்தில் சொல்ல மாட்டான், சாதனா கேம்பில் தான் சொல்லுவான். ஏன்னா புராணம் சொன்னால் புரியாது, இங்கே தான் சொல்ல முடியும். இது என்ன, இது சொல்லணும்னா இயர்ஸ் டுகெதர் யூ ஹாவ் டு ஸ்டடி சிஸ்டமேட்டிக்கலி. ஜஸ்ட் லைக் தட் யூ கேன் கம் கேஷுவலி. ஒரு லுக்கு என்ன கேம்ப் லுக்கு, கேம்ப் லுக்குன்னு 7 days ஜஸ்ட் ப்ரஷ் அப் பண்ண, அதெல்லாம் புரியாது. நாட் ஸோ ஈஸி. எவ்ரிடே அந்த மூஞ்சே பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கணும். என்ன மூஞ்சி? குரு மூஞ்சி. அதே குரு, அதே ட்ரெஸ்ஸு, அதே இயர்ஸ் டுகெதர். கன்சிஸ்டன்ட் சிஸ்டமேட்டிக் ஸ்டடி ஆஃப் ஸ்கிரிப்சர்ஸ், வேதாந்திக் ஸ்கிரிப்சர்ஸ் அண்டர் ஏ காம்பிடென்ட் எலைவ் டீச்சர் ஃபார் எ லெங்த் ஆஃப் டைம். அப்போதான் இது ஜீவா 1 கேன் கிளைம் வித் பிரம்மன். ஸோ யூ ஆர் ஆல் ஜீவன் முக்தாஸ் நவ். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லோகா. அவச்சின்னஸ்ய ஜீவஸ்ய பூர்ணேன பிரம்மணைகதாம் தத்வமஸ்யாதி வாக்யானி ஜகுர்நேதர ஜீவயோஹ. He's continuing the same topic. Paramarthika Jiva number 1 doesn't have Shariram, Manas, Jagrata Avastha. All these are not there for Paramarthika Jiva. Who is having Shariram, Manas, Jagrata Avastha, waking state? Jiva number 2. So, Swapna Shariram, Swapna Prapancha, Swapna Manas, who is having Jiva number 3. So, upon original consciousness, this Vyavaharika Jiva number 1, associated with this body-mind complex, which experiences waking state, experiencing the waking state, Waker's universe, Jagrat Prapancha, Vyavaharika Jiva, through Vyavaharika Shariram, experiences Vyavaharika Prapancha. We are all in Vyavaharika Prapancha. Vyavaharika Prapancha na Vyavaharika Anubhava. Vyavaharika Anubhava with which body? Vyavaharika body. Similarly, Swapna Shariram, Swapna Anubhava, Swapna Prapancha. பாப்பா இந்த ஜீவா 1க்கு என்ன பிரபஞ்சம் என்ன சரீரம் இருக்கான்னா ஒன்றுமே கிடையாது. நோ பிரபஞ்சம், நோ சரீரம், நோ மனஸ், அசரீரம், அமனஹ. வாட் ஸ்டேட்? இதே சொப்ன ஸ்டேட், சொப்ன பிரபஞ்சம், ட்ரீம் ஸ்டேட். இது வந்து வியாவஹாரிகா வேக்கிங் ஸ்டேட். when you go to deep sleep, sleep state. What is the state of this Jiva number 1? Turiya Atma. No state. Stateless state. There is no state at all. There is no avastha. Adhikku very Jiva number 1 is avasthaless. No? There is no avastha. There is no Tamil avastha also. As long as you have avastha, avastha means Jagrata avastha, Swapna avastha, there is avastha. Rendu avastha puriyadho? Avastha means nilamai, state. And the state la eppume fluctuations undu. Whereas this Jiva number 1 is not having any avastha, it is free from problems. Therefore, who is having problems now? Tell me. Talavali yarukku? Objective type question paper I will give to you. Who is having talavali? Which jiva? Jiva number 1, jiva number 2, jiva number 3, I'll ask. You have to mark properly. Jiva number 2. Very good. All full marks. So, avacchinnasya jivasya purnena brahmana ekatam. This avachinna jiva means what? Jiva number 1. Jiva number 1. Avachinna means what? As enclosed. As though enclosed, this jiva, because of that only, is reflecting in the mind. Proximity. Proximity. Say, Brahmanaha ekatam. That Parabrahman, all-pervading Brahman identity, you have to discover. You have to recognize. This is cognitive change. Cognitive change. In the jiva number 1 has to say, don't worry, my dear Brahman, I am in this body, but I have not forgotten you. And I don't have jivatvam. This body-mind complex cannot do anything to me. Aham Brahma asmi. And you have to say to whom? Not to wife or husband. You have to say to yourself. Aham Brahma asmi. Not for Guru's sake, not for anybody's sake. This is only for to yourself to own up. Whose sake jnana? Even Guru do not know whether you got aham brahmasmi jnanam or not. Guru, how can Guru knows? He cannot drill your mind and go and see. You have to say. That's why avacchinnasya jivasya, that means jiva number 1, which is enclosed in this body-mind complex. That tritiya jivaha purnena brahmana. Purnena brahmana means samashti. All over pervading Brahman, I am identical, ekatam. With what? What is the means? Tattvamasyadi. Tattvamasi adi. Etc. Mahavakyams are there. Tattvamasi. Prajnanam Brahma. I am Atma Brahma. I am means this Atma is Brahman. Jiva number 1, Paramarthika Jiva number 1 is Atma. Tat Tvam Asi. What Guru says, that Paramatma you are. You are means what? Vyavaharika Jiva false. Pratibhasika Jiva is false. I have to internally Bhagatyaga Lakshanam. Tyaga Lakshanam, Tyagam Pandanam. Idella Vidanam. So, Tattvamasyadi Vakyani Jaguhu. Declare. Declare. Gai Dhatu. Pradhama Purusham, Pradhama Bahuvachanam. Jagau, Jagatuhu, Jaguhu. Reveal Nartham. Reveal. Jaguhu. Declare. Reveal. Ekata means identification of Veshti Atma or Paramarthika Jiva. Veshti Atma chonnanu, Paramarthika Jiva ani chonnanu, Jiva number 1 ani chonnanu, onnuda, Osi ani chonnanu, onnuda. Ekatam. You have to, this Jiva with Purnena Brahmana means limitless Brahman. Purnena Brahmana, infinite Brahman, Samashti Brahman, Ekatam. அப்படின்னா என்ன, அதாவது physically you have to merge. Physically ஏதாவது பண்ணணுமா? ஒன்றும் பண்ண வேண்டாம். என்ன பண்ணணும்? என்னென்னமோ சொல்லாட்பாமா, எல்லாமே கரெக்டு தான். ஆல் ஆர் ரைட். வெரி குட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் யூ ஆர். உணரணும், அந்த புரிஞ்சுக்கணும்ப்பா, என்னதான் பண்ணணும், ஒன்றும் பண்ணாது. என்ன now tell me, you want to see Atma? Any one of you desire? ஆத்மா பார்க்கறது என்ன அர்த்தம்? ஆத்ம தரிசனம் என்னென்னமோ சொல்றான். 25,000 if you give Atma Darshanam. 40,000 if you give, I will show the Atma. Hey, who is seeing his Atma? Through the Jiva 1, through this Vyavahara, in this body he is available here. Don't try to see. Next shloka. Na itara jivayoho. This ekata is not possible to itara jivas. What are those itara jivas? Jiva 2, Jiva 3 cannot merge with Brahman. Why? Poi. Illave. Engi irukka mix pandradhukku, identify aharadhukku. There is no necessity of identification. Because Swapna is Mithya, Vyavaharikam is a reflection. This is also reflection. So Swapna is unreal and we all of us know. But in the sadhana camp, எந்த ஜீவாக்குன்னு வியாவகாரிக ஜீவாக்கு ஸ்வப்னம் அன்ரியல் சொல்றதுக்காக நீங்க இங்க வர வேண்டாம் இல்லையோ. Swapna is unreal to teach. I have to bring all of you to Rishikesh. That you know in Chennai itself, Swapna is unreal. But we have come here, this Vyavaharika Jiva is also unreal. அது தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்காக இந்த சாதனா கேம்ப். இந்த Vyavaharika Jiva is unreal. This Swapna Jiva is unreal. These two can identify with Brahman. Body-mind complex is a matter, Jadam. How they can merge with Brahman? There is nothing there, false, they are reflection. So when the mirror, if you break the mirror, you will ask that reflected sun, you go and join with that original sun. Do you ask? In the mirror, உடைஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் உடைஞ்சு போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் அந்த மிரர்ல இருக்கிற பிரதிபிம்ப சூர்யா, do you request that pratibimba surya, you please go and join, you please go and join with the original sun? Why you don't ask? That is unreal. Similarly, this Vyavaharika Chidabhasa reflected consciousness is also just a reflection. It is a reflection. That's why that reflection continues even after you recognize that Atma Swarupam, I am Brahman. This reflection continues. Because his body, mind continuing, because of prarabdha karma, therefore they continue. Let them continue. They cannot do anything. Na itara jiva yoho means jiva number 2, jiva number 3 cannot have aikyam with Brahman. They cannot have aikyam with jiva number 1 or Brahman also. Why? Jiva number 1 and Param Brahman only can have sambandha. What sambandha? This part space, this total space. Okay. This part space have sambandha with total space. What sambandha? தாதாத்மிய சம்பந்தம், என்னென்னமோ சம்பந்தம், ஒன்றும் சம்பந்தம் கிடையாது. சம்பந்தம் மாதிரி சம்பந்தம். இந்த சம்பந்திஸ் எல்லாம் லோக்கல் சம்பந்திஸ் ப்ராப்ளம். இந்த ஆத்மா ஜீவா நம்பர் 1 பரபிரம்மன் டிவிஷன் இருந்தாதானே சம்பந்தம். டிவிஷன் இருந்தாதானே சம்பந்தம். வேர் இஸ் த டிவிஷன்? when பாட் வரும்போது ஆகாசம்ல டிஃபரன்ஸ் கிடையாது, பாட் போனதுக்கு அப்புறமும் டிஃபரன்ஸ் கிடையாது இல்லையோ? ஆதி மாதிரி. Therefore jiva number 3, jiva number 2, there is no necessity of identification with Parabrahman. They cannot, because they are false. Next shloka. Brahmanyavasthita maya vikshepa vritti rupini आवृत्या खण्डतां तस्मिन् जगज्जीवौ प्रकल्पयेत्. So पारमार्थिक जीवस्य त्वं पद लक्ष्यार्थम. Tvampada lakshyartha means once you vyavaharika shariram manassu bhagam tyagam panni in the paramarthika jiva lakshyartham. When I say I am, that I know the jiva number 2 and jiva number both are there. Consciousness plus vyavaharika jiva also mixed. இந்த பாகம் என்ன பாகம்? ஜீவா நம்பர் 1 பாகத்தை தியாகம் பண்ணணும், வேணும். லக்ஷார்த்தம் ஐ வி ஹாவ் டு டேக் அண்ட் யூ கேன் சே அகம் பிரம்மா அஸ்மி. நிம்மதி உங்கள் சாய்ஸ். பிரம்மணி அவஸ்திதாக மாயா. இவ்வளவு எவிடென்டா இருக்கும்போது ஜீவாத்மா 1, அது ஜீவா நம்பர் 1, why we are not able to recognize? எதுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி நோட் புக்கு, பென்னு, கேம்ப்பு கஷ்டப்பட்டுட்டு ட்ராவல் பண்ணி வந்து படித்து ஏதா டிராஃபிக்கில் கஷ்டப்பட்டு கிளாஸுக்கு போய் வருஷ கணக்கில் எதுக்கு படிக்கணும்னு? Swamiji one day was telling, Paramarthananda Swamiji joking, these all car drivers are talking. They are talking, in the amma, there were old lady, 70 years or 75-year-old lady, go on coming to Swamiji class from past 25 years. They are all seniors than me, all seniors, students. In the driver from so many years, he is bringing her to class. In the amma, ennada padikira 25 years. அவனுக்கு புரியல. டிரைவர்ஸ் ஆல் ஆர் சிட்டிங் அண்ட் டிஸ்கஸிங். யாராவது காலேஜுக்கு கிளாஸுக்கு போனால் கொஞ்சம் ஏதோ எங்கள் ஏஜில் போவான். இந்த வயசில் அது கர்ரை பிடிச்சிட்டு ஷீ இஸ் கம்மிங் வித் தேர்ட் லெக். கஷ்டப்பட்டுட்டு டிரைவர் ஆல்சோ ஹேஸ் டு கம் வித் ஹெல்ப், புக்ஸ் எல்லாம் கொண்டு வரணும். வந்து சேரு போட்டு உட்கார்ந்து அவன் கோவால் லிசனிங். இவனுக்கு எங்கே டவுட், இவனுக்கு என்னதான் படிக்கிற 25 years? அவங்களுக்கு என்ன தெரியும் பாவம். இந்த ஜீவா நம்பர் 1 போய் இங்கே பரமார்த்திக்க. People get doubt how these people are attending a camp கஷ்டப்பட்டுட்டு. That's why our students says, you come to Swamini class, you get good health and publicity பண்றான். You will get good health and publicity they are doing because they are getting good health. ஏன்னா எப்பவுமே ஆனந்தம், ஆனந்தோ பிரம்மே திவ்ய ஜானாத். அது மாதிரி ஒரே ஆனந்தமோ ஆனந்தம். That's why all people wonder how you are looking so happy nowadays. I am going to Vedanta class. Oh, Vedanta class. யாராவது பியூட்டி பார்லருக்கு போனா கொஞ்சம் பியூட்டியா they will appear. But how Vedanta class போனா இந்த மாதிரி ப்ளூமி ஃபேஸ் வருது என்ன? அதுதான் சீக்ரெட். So this Maya in Brahman, Maya is there. சக்தி, சக்தி, மாயா சக்தி, அந்த பிரம்மன் உள்ள இருக்கிற சக்தி, தட் இஸ் அந்த சக்தி தான் டூயிங் ஆல் திஸ் ஆவரணா விக்ஷேபா. ஒன்ஸ் யூ see in the semi darkness the rope is there, rope appears as snake. Rope appears as snake. Why na? First avaranam, concealment first. It conceals. You cannot see it as a rope. This is called avaranam. Because of not seeing rope as rope, what is the next consequence? Vikshepam. Superimposition. கயிறா தெரியல, அதனால என்ன பாம்போ, இது பாம்பு மாதிரி இருக்கு, பாம்பு இல்லை கார்லண்டா. Or what is there? So many doubts you will get. Vikshepam. Projection. You project there is a snake. What type of snake? Green snake or black snake? How much length it is having? Is it having? What stripes are there? What are all these things on the rope? Illada paambu mele all projections. This is called Vikshepa. First avaranam, then Vikshepa. Like that, in the Maya Shakti, you alone have created the dream. Do you remember that you have created the dream? That is Nidra Shakti. Why can't you say, I the waker only created the dream, and when you are telling? After waking. Why can't you say that I have created the dream and actually in dream lo solla maten? Because of Nidra Shakti. And the Nidra Shakti enna pannuvanna, waker-nu wakera theriyamale pannittu ட்ரீமுலக்கு அப்படியே புல்ஸ். அது மாதிரி இந்த மாயா சக்தி என்ன பண்ணுமா? இட் see the reflected consciousness. அந்த மாயா சக்தி மூலமா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆவரணம், see விக்ஷேப ஆவருத்தி. ஆவருத்தி மீன்ஸ் ஆவரணம். Maya Vikshepa Avriti Rupini. Rupini anna it's magic show anamata. Where Brahmani Avasthita. This Maya Shakti, Avarana Shakti, Vikshepa Shakti, both of them are there in the Maya, which Maya is in Brahman. Avritya Akhandatam, by covering that Akhandata, indivisible nature of Parabrahman, Tasmin Jagat Jiva Prakalpayet. Upon that Jiva number 1, this Jagat, the Vyavaharika Jiva number 1, it superimposes. Jagat and Jiva. Superimpose on what? Upon this Jiva number 1. Jiva number 2 is superimposed on Jiva number 1. This Jiva number 2 seeing what? Whole Vyavaharika Jagat, and Vyavaharika Jagat is also superimposed on Jiva number 1. So what is superimposed upon Jiva number 1? Jiva number 1 you are not able to see because of this Jiva, Vyavaharika Jiva number 2. Vyavaharika Prapancham Jagat are superimposed on Jiva number 1. So therefore, what you are seeing actually, Jiva number 2 and Jagat you are seeing as real, but they are Mithya. Pambu madri. Enna irukka pambu paakumbodhu, நம்ம rope snake paakumbodhu, what we are seeing really? We have superimposed the snake on the rope. When we are seeing the snake, what we have superimposed? What we are seeing actually? Rope one. So, when we are seeing the world, when we are this Vyavaharika Jiva interacting, this superimposition on what? Jiva number 1. Paramarthika Jiva. So, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.